Hey, how you doing? Just a heads up, this is chapter 8 of my audiobook, Conversational Relationship Marketing. And I suggest that you go back and listen to the rest of the audiobook in order. Or if this is your first time here on the Client Catching podcast and you want to check out some of the other episodes, help yourself and go and have a listen to some of the amazing interviews I've had with some amazing guests. Otherwise, let's get to this chapter. Golden rule number 8. Proactively build your network and message your top prospects daily. Now, in this golden rule, we're going to look at reaching new potential client prospects. And you're going to use the same criteria that you used earlier to filter down people that you already had connections with. Only this time you're going to uncheck the first, i.e. the people you're already connected with, and connect to second. These are people you are 1 degree of separation from. Then you're going to click search. How simple was that? Obviously, there's more advanced ways to do this, but again, I don't have the space and all the rest of it. So again, get the written version and you will see a link to a video where I basically walk you through how to search for your ideal clients in your 2nd and 3rd degree connections. And that's at thinklikeafish.co.uk/free book. And the first thing you have to do is connect with these new people, right? So basically, what you're going to do is 1. Send a personal connection request. 2. After they accept, send a personal thank you. And 3. Start the conversation. Now, the key to getting your messages responded to is relevance, finding common ground and personalization. Once again, you're going to be giving first, then asking when it's a natural follow-on for the conversation. So let's see what this looks like. So step 1 is you're going to send a connection request. Now, following are a few examples that you can use and experiment with what works for you, but make sure you add a message with every connection request. Why, you may ask? When the connection request is accepted, it goes into the other person's message inbox as a message, and it's much more likely to be followed up on. Plus, it's a lot more genuine and polite than the standard, "I'd like to invite you to become part of my professional network" message that is basically LinkedIn's default when you don't add a note. So here's a few example of connection requests, and as I say, these are examples, frameworks, guides. Play with them and make them your own. So, hi, first name, saw you are a whatever it is they do and was hoping to connect, your name. Or, hi, name, I'd love to connect and see how we can help each other out. Check out my profile, and if it makes sense, please accept my invite, your name. Hi, name, I came across your profile recently and thought there might be some value in us being connected here on LinkedIn. I share lots of up-to-date content on whatever it is that you do with my network, your name. Or, hi name, I'm in the industry that you're in and your experience piqued my interest. It would be great to connect and discuss topic that they may have a pain around. Speak soon, your name. Or, hey name, I'm making an effort to expand my network of whatever job titles they are in a specific location. Would you be open to connecting? Again, they're not war and peace. They are simple and they are giving a hint as to the reason why you are actually reaching out to connect with a person. Step 2. After they accept, you want to follow up with a thank you for connecting message. Now remember, this isn't where you try and pitch someone. You're not just collecting connections like football stickers, right? You're trying to start a conversation. Now try to send a thank you for connecting message within about 24 hours of your connection being accepted. And here's just a few examples that you can send. Hi name, thanks very much for connecting with me. I look forward to keeping in touch and seeing your updates. If I can help out in any way or introduce you to someone in my network, let me know the best kind of connections you're looking for right now. Speak soon, your name. Or, nice to connect, name. Look forward to following you here on LinkedIn and don't hesitate to reach out if anything catches your eye on my profile, your name. Or, thanks for connecting, name. I'd love to share thoughts on topics that you have expertise and you believe they have pain around. Are you dealing with this right now? Your name. So as you say, you are looking to get them to engage with you. Now, if they reply to the above, reply in the context of their response. Now, many won't reply at all for this. And those that do, probably a lot of the time it will be a little more than just a thanks, right? But don't let them go cold. this is actually a good thing because they've engaged, right? Not everyone will engage. So this is where you then follow up with a message that will open up the conversation. As I covered with your existing first degree network, there are lots of ways to start a conversation, and they all involve asking a question. In fact, you can pretty much use the same frameworks and cadence as you did for your existing connections. For example, I've been talking with a lot of ideal clients in my network and found the number one challenge they have is whatever that is. Does that sound like you, or have you solved this problem? Or a slightly different approach? I see from your profile that you've just, and whatever it is that you've noticed, such as started a new division, moved location, received an award, launched a new service, something like that. And you just ask, is that right? Again, opening up a conversation. Or I see you've recently started a new division, etc., 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 or are involved in a particular area of interest. I'm curious. And then you add a question related to the above observation. For example, what kind of clients do you work with? So as you see, these are just simple questions, looking to get a response and have somebody engage, right? Now, if somebody doesn't respond to any of these messages, you can just use a very, very simple follow-up. It just goes something along the lines of, hi name, just bumping this up to the top of your messages as I know how things can get here. Did you see my message above? And a lot of the time, just that little bump will have someone come back and go, oh yeah, sorry, and then the conversation will start. Again, you're looking to engage them in that conversation until they ask about you so you can drop in your dynamite offer. So I'm assuming you can take it from there, right? So remember, go slower to make the fast sale. Just have a conversation. The sale takes as long as the other person needs. Sometimes it's fast, most of the time it's slow, just like in the real world. Cold connecting will take longer, and you will have a lower response rate. It's just how it is. But the good news is that there are other ways to cold connect with people that will improve both the likelihood of people accepting your request and that they engage in a conversation with you. So let's look at those next. People who view your profile. As you get more active on LinkedIn and connect with more people, you'll start to get more profile views. It's just another reason why it's vital to have a great profile. You'll show up in people's recommended connections and people who also viewed and in search, as well as when people engage with your content. So it pays to have a strategy to take advantage of all this, right? Now, you should note that you'll only be able to see a limited number of profile views on the free version, but with Sales Navigator, it will show you who's viewed for, I think, currently up to 90 days. Now, this feature alone, combined with this strategy, it makes it a no-brainer investment, in my opinion. So when you check in to see who's viewed your profile and you see a second or third degree connection that may fit your ideal client profile, it gives you a perfect opportunity to send a connection request with a message like the following. Hi name, I noticed you recently checked out my profile. I thought I'd reach out to connect. I'm curious to know, how did you come across my profile here on LinkedIn? I'm excited to join your network. Sign off with your name. You can customize that to something that you would like to use, but you can see the simplicity of it. And also, you can adapt the above slightly to message first degree connections who check out your profile too, right? What about inbound responses? Well, as you grow your network, you'll find more people requesting to connect with you, which is a great opportunity to spark a conversation with those you accept and fit your ideal client profile. And even if they don't fit that perfect ideal client profile, they could be a great source of introductions, new connections, or referrals. So don't immediately refuse a connection when somebody doesn't fit your profile perfectly, because you've got to think about who's behind the person at every point as well. And make sure you reply to every inbound connection request that you accept, and just don't accept those that you see no value in adding to your network whatsoever, right? So to do that, you can use a simple message like this. Hi name, thanks for reaching out. It's good to connect. I'm curious as to whether there was anything specific that interested you in connecting with me. I'm looking forward to learning more about you and seeing how we can help each other out. Again, thanks for reaching out. Your name. Now, the key to making this work. I hope you're starting to see now, this isn't some sort of sleazy sales tactic. You're being human. You're starting conversations with curiosity and genuinely trying to understand where people are to see if you can help them. It might be with your service, it might not. When you lead with this desire to help, add value along the way, and you don't burn the boats with spammy sales pitches, you'll start to find that LinkedIn becomes the most powerful place to network you could ever dream of. And that is the key. This is the basis of conversational relationship marketing. You're networking. Only you're doing it via Messenger, chat, and DMs on LinkedIn. Because networking is all about the relationship first, about giving first. The clue, after all, it's in the name. LinkedIn is a social network, so be social. Or, as my friend and previous guest on the Client Catching podcast, Chris Bruno, says, it's all about putting the social back into social media. So make sure you go and check out the episode with Chris Bruno on the Client Catching podcast. Because when done right, using conversational relationship marketing, it doesn't involve any selling in the traditional sense. It's simply meant to start conversations online and ultimately move them offline, where you can get to know your prospects better. And if they have a need for what you offer, you have a sales conversation with them. Pretty simple, I'm hoping you're starting to see. So now you know what we're going to do and why we're doing it. It's over to you to take action. So let's look at the action steps for this golden rule. So the first thing you're going to do is go to thinklikeafish.co.uk/free book, get the written version, and click on my LinkedIn Pipeline Builder Messaging Frameworks workbook and adapt all of the potential campaigns and frameworks that you find in there to your own business. You're going to lock in your ideal client targeting and start searching for these in your secondary connections and send them a connection request, including a personal message based on what you've developed in your workbook. After they connect, start a conversation with them. Send messages to the people who view your profile and accept inbound requests and reply with a message. Fairly simple. And the workbooks, they lay everything out step by step, and they will give you so many options and ideas without overwhelming you for exactly how you can go and implement this into your own business. So go and get those workbooks, and let's move on to the next golden rule. Thank you ever so much for listening today. I know there's a lot of podcasts out there you could be listening to. You've chosen this one, and for that, I am truly, truly grateful. If you're a first-time listener or a long-time listener and you haven't yet subscribed to the show, please make sure that you do, because you'll get updated of the latest episodes every time they come out. And if, again, you are enjoying it, I'd really, really appreciate a honest rating review on Apple Podcasts. I read every single one personally, and they do really mean the world to me. And yes, they help others find the show. If you're able to do that, again, I massively, massively appreciate it. But until next time, happy fishing.